New York, often called New York City or NYC, is the most populous city in the United States. With a 2020 population of 8,804,190 distributed over 300.46 square miles, New York City is also the most densely populated major city in the United States, and is more than twice as populous as second-place Los Angeles. New York City lies at the southern tip of New York State, and constitutes the geographical and demographic center of both the Northeast megalopolis and the New York metropolitan area, the largest metropolitan area in the world by urban landmass. With over 20.1 million people in its metropolitan statistical area and 23.5 million in its combined statistical area as of 2020, New York is one of the world's most populous megacities, and over 58 million people live within 250 miles, 400 kilometers, of the city. New York City is a global cultural, financial, and media center with a significant influence on commerce, healthcare and life sciences, entertainment, research, technology, education, politics, tourism, dining, art, fashion, and sports. New York has been described by multiple sources to be the most photographed city in the world. Home to the headquarters of the United Nations, New York is an important center for international diplomacy, an established safe haven for global investors, and is sometimes described as the capital of the world. Situated on one of the world's largest natural harbors and extending into the Atlantic Ocean, New York City comprises 5 boroughs, each of which is coextensive with the respective county of the state of New York. The 5 boroughs, Brooklyn, Kings County, Queens, Queens County, Manhattan, New York County, the Bronx, Bronx County, and Staten Island, Richmond County were created when local governments were consolidated into a single municipal entity in 1898. The city and its metropolitan area constitute the premier gateway for legal immigration to the United States. As many as 800 languages are spoken in New York, making it the most linguistically diverse city in the world. New York City is home to more than 3.2 million residents born outside the United States, the largest foreign-born population of any city in the world as of 2016. As of 2022, the New York metropolitan area is estimated to produce a gross metropolitan product of over $2.1 trillion, ranking it first worldwide. If the New York metropolitan area were a sovereign state, it would have the 8th largest economy in the world. As of 2022, New York is home to the highest number of billionaires and millionaires of any city and, in 2017, was the wealthiest city in the world. Many districts and monuments in New York City are major landmarks, including 3 of the world's 10 most visited tourist attractions in 2013. A record 66.6 million tourists visited New York City in 2019. Times Square is the brightly illuminated hub of the Broadway Theater District, one of the world's busiest pedestrian intersections, and a major center of the world's entertainment industry. Many of the city's landmarks, skyscrapers, and parks are known around the world, as is the city's fast pace, spawning the term New York Minute. The Empire State Building has become the global standard of reference to describe the height and length of other structures. The New York metropolitan area is home to about 570,000 self-identifying gay and bisexual people, the largest in the United States and one of the world's largest and the most prominent. Same-sex sexual activity between consenting adults has been legal in New York since the New York v. Onofre case in 1980, which invalidated the state's sodomy law. Same-sex marriages in New York were legalized on June 24, 2011, and were authorized to take place on July 23, 2011. Brian Silverman, the author of Frommer's New York City from $90 a Day, wrote the city has one of the world's largest, loudest, and most powerful LGBT communities. and gay and lesbian culture is as much a part of New York's basic identity as yellow cabs, high-rise buildings, and Broadway theater. LGBT travel guide Queer in the World states, "The fabulosity of gay New York is unrivaled on earth, and queer culture seeps into every corner of its 5 boroughs." LGBT advocate and entertainer Madonna stated metaphorically, "Anyways, not only is New York City the best place in the world because of the queer people here. Let me tell you something, if you can make it here, then you must be queer." New York City is a global hub of business and commerce and an established safe haven for global investors, and is sometimes described as the capital of the world. The term global city was popularized by sociologist Saskia Sassen in her 1991 work, The Global City, New York, London, Tokyo. New York is a center for worldwide banking and finance, healthcare and life sciences, medical technology and research, retailing, world trade, transportation, tourism, real estate, new media, traditional media, advertising, legal services, accountancy, insurance, both musical and prose theater, fashion, and the arts in the United States, while Silicon Alley, metonymus for New York's broad-spectrum high-technology sphere, continues to expand. The Port of New York and New Jersey is also a major economic engine, handling record cargo volume in 2017, over 6.7 million TEUs, benefiting post-Panamax from the expansion of the Panama Canal. Many Fortune 500 corporations are headquartered in New York City, as are a large number of multinational corporations. 1 out of 10 private sector jobs in the city is with a foreign company. New York City has been ranked first among cities across the globe in attracting capital, business, and tourists. New York City's role as the top global center for the advertising industry is metonymously reflected as Madison Avenue. The city's fashion industry provides approximately 180,000 employees with $11 billion in annual wages. The nonprofit Partnership for New York City, currently headed by Catherine Wild, is the city's preeminent private business association, comprising approximately 330 corporate leaders in membership. The fashion industry is based in Midtown Manhattan and is represented by the Council of Fashion Designers of America, CDFA, headquartered in Lower Manhattan. A little over 8 million people live in New York City. That means 1 in every 38 people in the United States call the city home. More than 800 languages are spoken in New York City, making it the most linguistically diverse city in the world. 4 in 10 households speak a language other than English. Oysters were so popular in New York in the 19th century that the shells were used to pave Pearl Street. They were also used for lime for the masonry of the Trinity Church. France gifted the Statue of Liberty to the United States in 1886 for its centennial celebration. The statue was shipped as 350 pieces in 214 crates and took 4 months to assemble at its current home on Ellis Island. New York City's Federal Reserve Bank has the largest gold storage in the world. The vault is 80 feet below street level and contains $90 billion in gold. The New York Public Library has over 50 million books and other items and is the second largest library system in the nation after the Library of Congress. It is also the 3rd largest library in the world. The United Nations headquarters was established in New York City in 1952 after World War II. The first pizzeria in the United States opened in NYC in 1895. Since the 1960s, the price of a slice of pizza has been roughly the same price as a subway ride, generating the idea of pizza principle among economists. The borough of Brooklyn alone would be the 4th largest city in the United States. Queens would also rank 4th nationally. Times Square is named after the New York Times. It was originally called Longacre Square until the Times moved there in 1904. New York City became the first capital of the United States in 1789. More Chinese people live in New York City than any other city outside of Asia. More Jewish people live there than any other city outside of Israel. It can cost over $289,000 for a one-year hot dog stand permit in Central Park. The narrowest house in NYC is in the West Village. 75.5 Bedford Street is just over 9 feet wide. Thank you for watching. Please, press like, subscribe my channel, comment,